A very good evening. Welcome back for the 10 o'clock edition of the UBC News Tonight. My name is Wadulo Mark Arnold, Mugalu Muhammad on Sign Language, and without further ado, let's get straight into the news. In our first story, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has held a meeting with His Excellency Andriy Pravednik, the ambassador of Ukraine to Uganda, at State House in Entebbe. During the meeting, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and Ambassador Pravednik engaged in fruitful discussions addressing various areas of mutual interest such as economic cooperation, trade relations and security. The courtesy call underscored the commitment of both Uganda and Ukraine to strengthening their diplomatic ties and exploring new avenues for collaboration. More details in this report. And now all is set for the 35th National Heroes celebrations at Kasoli Primary School, Playgrounds in Penja in Gomba District. The chairperson Gomba District, Lieutenant Chiviri Joffrey, says that works are undergoing at both the main celebration venue and at the monument site for the heroes who were killed by the UNLA. Our reporter Haruna Mutesasira is in Gomba and sent us this story.
Preparations for this year's National Heroes Day is in high gear at Impenja Sub-County in Gomba District. Works at the monument site dedicated to heroes who were killed during NRA Bush War is in progress.
There is a construction which is taking place to prepare the mass grave where more than 100 people were buried in one grave. So now the government has decided to prepare and to make sure that we bury them officially.
And it is the first time Gomba to host the national function. But apart from the national function of tomorrow, Heroes Day, have been having many activities organized by the Office of the Prime Minister, led by the Minister Royal Triangle. We had a health camp, which took 3 days. We have a national prayer in Gomba here. We had a sports gala, we had a tree planting. Even today we are having a kaski. We are expecting to have all arts to be in Gomba, led by Kenzo. As you saw on the ground, all the teams are on the ground, all the sectors are on the ground. So everyone is busy now finalizing his work to do. Just waiting for our people, our guests, whom we invited to attend our function.
Mpenja Heroes Monument is listed among the 45 Heroes Monuments in the country.
Here there was a very big battalion here of UNLA, which massacred a lot of people down there in the swamp. So after the war, we gathered the skulls, more than 100 skulls, and buried them here. Now today, it is a 35th celebration, national celebration of Heroes Day, which has been brought to Gomba district because of these people who are buried here.
It's very important Gomba to host this Heroes Day as Gomba. The other side we have a mass grave where they buried 100 remains of our people, our beloved one, who died during the war. I'm so happy to host this. And I think it is one of the most biggest monument where they had more than 100 people, remainings, not even people, remainings died from there.
The monument is renovated by Uganda People's Defense Forces Engineers Brigade as part of the National Heroes Celebration activities in Impenja Sub-County, Gomba District. Heroes Day serves as a reminder to current and future generations of the importance of the courage, resilience, and service to the nation. Haruna Mutesasira, reporting for UBC News in Gomba District.
Yes, and also just to let you know that Heroes Day shall be live tomorrow, the 9th of June 2024. Now, fish farmers in Buikwe district were all smiles as State House officials distributed 75,000 fishlings to improve their livelihoods. The fishlings, which include tilapia and mudfish, are part of a larger initiative to enhance income generation activities in the area. The farmers at Senyi Landing site in Buyikwe district also received fish feed and an additional 90 piglets. The items were delivered by the State House officials led by Principal Agriculture Officer Charles Chiwuwa, who visited the farmers alongside veterinary specialists.
This program is a coordinated effort involving the Departments of Value Addition and Agriculture, the Office of the Prime Minister, the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, the Microfinance Support Center, NADS, the Food and Agriculture Organization, and the Bukunja Foundation. The team has so far provided training on proper fishing methods and alternative income generating activities as part of the strategic campaign on alternative income generating activities to the fishing communities in Uganda project.
Project eno esobola okuyamba ababadde babeerawo ku nnyanja okusinga nga gye bavuba gye basubula bye bakola nga tebakyalina kye bakola oba basobola okugira nga bali ku nnyanja naye nga balina kye bakola ekirala alternative income generating activities ze tuleeta mu bantu.
Chiwuwa commended the State House team for their on-ground training efforts.
So nsaba bammemba oba groups zino ezifunye okulaba nga ebintu bino tubitwala nga bya mugaso bisobola okulaba nga bikyusa obulamu bwaffe.
Sylvia Nachiwolo, Project Coordinator and Assistant Private Secretary to the President on Value Addition, noted that residents of Buyikwe landing sites have long struggled under restrictive measures on silver fishing that left them with few alternatives for earning a living.
Twabadde embizi 9 naye tugaba buli groups tujuwa embizi 3 nga kuliko ennume emu n'enkazi 2. Embizi zino za mutindo mulungi nti embizi emu esobola okuzaala obubizi obutaka wansi wa 10. So tusuubira nti basobola okwekulaakulanya.
Jimmy Kanabi, the Buyikwe LC5 chairperson, thanked President Museveni for choosing Buyikwe as a pilot district for the fishing communities in Uganda.
Omuntu ava ku mazzi ku makya n'ayanika obutimba amala kwanika obutimba batalina business. Tono n'obudde bungi mu mabaala, tono n'obudde bungi mu matatu, tumala obudde bungi mu maloogi, tumala obudde bungi mu bavubi bwe bamalanga obudde bw'emisana tebalina kye bakola. Naye ndi mwesimu okubanga leero tusobola nga gavumenti esazeewo etudduukira abantu abali bavubira ddala obubi ddala banyinaffe abakyala kale olwaliro bali mu kweyagala. Leero luno bagabye ebyennyanja ne tugaba n'embizi era kyemayi buli muntu alivu wano musanyufu nnyo ku kyatandikibwawo gavumenti. Twebaza nnyo President Museveni, twebaza nnyo ne woofiisi ebbiri ezinatuukirira nganze ne zikkiriza okuyingira ku nsonga z'okunyanja.
The Ministry of Education and Sports has urged nursing and midwifery institutions across the country to ensure that they obtain valid licenses for their operations in order to roll out skilled personnel in the country's health sector. Hajat Safina Mosene, the Commissioner of Health and Training at the Education Ministry, made the call during a briefing and preparation exercise of examination monitors and center coordinators for the incoming UNEB examinations.
Over 52,000 nursing and midwifery students are expected to commence their June semester 2024 exams in 123 schools across the country come 10th June 2022. Various stakeholders to partake in this exercise, including the Examinations Board, center coordinators for the exams, supervisors, principals among others, have undergone a briefing organized by the Uganda Nurses and Midwifery Examinations Board, UNMEB, aimed at preparing them for the exams.
2 types of examination bags. We have the grey bags where we shall have the theory paper, and we have the black bag where we shall put the OSPE examination checklist.
The Commissioner for Health and Training at the Ministry of Education and Sports, Hajat Safina Mosene, officiated the briefing ceremony at the Uganda Nurses and Midwifery Secretariat in Ntinda, Kampala.
Take the honor to declare the June 2024 UNIMEP semester examination commissioned.
Mosene commended UNIMEP for the tremendous work it does in ensuring the country is equipped with skilled and professional workers, albeit urging nursing institutions to obtain valid working licenses for proper operations.
So if we find a facility not suitable, we advise. If the advice is not taken on, then the license is withdrawn. So we have, through the reports that we have got from the examination board, a few institutions did not have adequate facilities, especially the resources for use, including the human capital, the tutors.
The Executive Secretary UNIMEP, Dr. Helen Mukakarisa, advised the coordinators and monitors to work diligently by applying extra soft skills.
Problem, and you call that student in your office. Are you going to show her that you are also concerned? May God bless you.
Mukakarisa also highlighted on the issues of plagiarism by students, most especially during research.
What we are seeing is that many children sit together and copy and present the same research report. But when we inquired, the children told us that there are people who are offering to do research for them. Board recommended that we have a special machine that detects plagiarism.
The new chairperson of the UNIMEP board, Christine Nimwesiga, cited the need for UNIMEP to also conduct bachelor's nurses examinations to ensure qualified professionals in the health sector.
Because we want to have a harmonized professional body, and we cannot be harmonized if some are doing from the kitchen, others are in the sitting room. We need to be together. So my prayer today, as I have prayed before God, is to have the bachelors come to UNIMEP, and many others will join us also.
The Uganda Nurses and Midwifery June 24 semester examinations will be held for 2 weeks. Rebecca Natongo, UBC News.
And in another related development, nurses and midwives have or should always treasure patients, expectant mothers and communities they operate in as a sure way of ensuring excellent service delivery. This was remarked by Dr. Safina Chisu Musene, the Commissioner of Business, Technical, Vocational Education and Training in the Ministry of Education and Sports during the 3rd graduation ceremony of Ntungamo College of Nursing and Midwifery.
Zaire musaine musasule ere mu primary government ye reporta isira nte basobolo baletera ku UPE nebisigaireo eno munasare bizirawo so abazaire mutemu ino amani tubone nga abana baife basomana sale abana mubagulire uniform
ate sagala kusisinkana mwana mukubo ine enewe gwedi master gwensiba gwensanga mu mwana akozeeki omugobi omuzadde enkolere ebintu bitono gula emmere, gula uniform, wo omwana ebitabo, omwana musindike ku ssomero mu budde obutuufu. Muleke akole.
Government has been tasked to extend the ghetto socio-economic transformation programs in Kampala to the youth in Luweero district in order to influence business mindset change. This was revealed by the Deputy RDC Luweero District, Katawazi Saif, during the Youth Day celebrations of MK Evangelism Uganda Limited in Bamulanika constituency.
The Youth Day celebrations of MK Evangelism Uganda Limited held at Chotamugavu, Bamulanika sub-county in Luweero District started with a health camp where a number of youth participated. Dr. Nabatanzi Muchibi is the director in the Foundation Hospital.
Problem is that is diagnosed early, then even management will come in and one can get definite management rather than reporting late and when you already have complications. So at least today this is very relevant to our people.
So if they want a bright future, they must prepare today. We don't want them to think that they still have a lot of time to play around with. But they should use this time to plan for their future and for a good future.
During the celebrations, MK youth fronted their demands and concerns to Deputy RDC Rural Districting Saif Katabazi. They also reviewed some of their achievements in their tenure, including agricultural practices and savings.
PDM, Parish Development Model, in the youth so that they also earn a living and eliminate poverty in their life.
Youths not to engage in drugs, because if you deal in drugs, it will damage your body. And in this world, we all yearn to serve while living.
Mtunuulire obulamu bwammwe obw'omu maaso nga kya muwendo, mukole ebyo ebigwanidde omuvubuka byateekeddwa okukola ng'alina ebiruubirirwa.
Dr. Christine Kanyange Nabatesa, the head of Creativity and Innovation Program in MK, also urged the youth to use social media platforms purposely for economic transformation.
And innovation. Take time to think through. Be mindful in your thinking so that you can be able to capture the intuitions that you get, which can help you in being creative and innovative. You need to be carrying a book with you, a notebook, where you keep on writing ideas that are going to help you to be revisiting and, analyzing and expanding and researching to develop those ideas.
The Deputy RDC Luero Saif Katabazi, who was the chief guest, promised to work with relevant authorities so that the youth empowerment programs benefit youth of Bamnanika and Luero at large.
See the ghetto youth structure which is in Kampala that even can be really stretched into Ruwero.
The function was held under the theme Youth Utilize Your Ability and Energy to Plan for a Good Future. Robert Katamba, UBC News.
The Indian High Commission in Uganda has asked government to include yoga in the school's curriculum. According to Ramesh Babu, the chairperson of Sewa International, the move will improve the population's overall health.
Bharat Mata Ki! Bharat Mata Ki! Vande! Vande!
The Indian community in Uganda has planned a series of yoga events across the country, particularly in the districts of Gulu, Mbale, Busia and Arua, to mark International Yoga Day on June 21st. The aim is to promote benefits of yoga and encourage Ugandans to embrace this ancient practice for a healthier lifestyle.
International Yoga Day, we are celebrating in Uganda last 10 years when this UN General Assembly pronounced that June 21st will be the International Day of Yoga to commemorate that yoga in the Uganda. So last 10 years HSS, Hindu Swayam Sevak Sangh, and its affiliate Seva International jointly holding this yoga and celebrations are taking place. Today is particularly this first starting program for this 10 days the program.
The Indian High Commissioner to Uganda believes that yoga can play a significant role in improving the health and well-being of people in Uganda.
International Day of Yoga, for which the government of India has chosen the theme Yoga for Women Empowerment. The aim is to propel yoga into a widespread movement with a special focus on women's well-being and to promote global health and peace. And for the celebrations in Uganda, so we are proud to continue our tradition of celebrating IDY in Uganda. This year, as always, High Commission has collaborated.
They are urging the government to take up yoga as a tool for promoting health and fitness through schools.
This is very good for your heart area.
The yoga events will include mass yoga sessions, workshops and lectures, and will be open for people of all ages and backgrounds, The Indian community in Uganda is excited to share their cultural heritage with their Ugandan friends and promote a healthier and more holistic lifestyle. Charity Marion Imunat, UBC News.
Nurses and midwives should always treasure patients, expectant mothers and communities they operate in as a sure way of ensuring excellent service delivery. This was remarked by Dr. Safina Chisu Musene, the Commissioner of Business, Technical Vocational Education and Training in the Ministry of Education and Sports during the third graduation ceremony of Ntungamo College of Nursing and Midwifery, Nyarututu in Ruhama County, Ntungamo District.
Over 321 nurses and midwives have graduated from Ntungamo College of Nursing and Midwifery, tasked to improve service delivery.
The march, I want to say thank you for honoring the
Dr. Safina Chisu Musene, who represented the Education Ministry Permanent Secretary, Katie Lamaro, appealed to graduates to deliver quality services by extending expert medical aid to the population.
We expect you to treasure our client, the patient, the mother, the child who is sick, the home that you visit to provide community nursing. We expect you to treasure them. They are our reason why we have been trained to be nurses and midwives. Without them, your role is not there.
The chairman LC5 Ntungamo, Samuel Muchunguzi, applauded nurses and midwives for consistently demonstrating exceptional integrity and professionalism while caring for patients in hospitals, and pledged to allocate 50% of the jobs for students who passed through Ntungamo College of Nursing and Midwifery.
We are in the kitchen, we are cooking, and now I won't say much. We have already written to the Minister of Education how we want our institution to be. Now, since it is in the government, we are yet to ask for more for other great things.
The principal of the institute, Wilbur Tukamuhabwe, congratulated students upon the milestone achieved and parents for the sacrifice of providing scholastic materials to their children. He also thanked the First Lady, who doubles as the Minister for Education and Sports, Janet Kataham-Seveni, for the support towards the progress of the college.
And this idea was embraced by Mama Janet, our First Lady, whose guidance cemented a strong foundation for its growth. Guest of honor, 12 years later, Ntungamo College of Nursing and Midwifery has evolved into a steadily growing institution. And now here we are as a government institution. Thank you so much, and we thank our president so much. Therefore, this directive opened wider windows for its growth, and we are sure what you see here today, tomorrow it will be much more better.
Parents and students commended government and the institution for the services they offer to them.
And this day means a lot in my life because I have achieved some level in my education, and I will continue to work hard so that I can achieve more than this.
Ntungamo College of Nursing and Midwifery, formerly Ntungamo Health Training Institute, is a government college that was established in 2011 to train nurses and midwives at a certificate level.
Staff and management of Butoro Health Center 3 in Chiriambide Kamengo sub-county in Mpigi district have been called upon to take care of the newly constructed maternity ward and waiting shed which has been renovated by the Rotary Club of Kampala Metropolitan. This appeal was made on Saturday by the Deputy Governor, Rotary Club of Kampala Metropolitan, Miss Katie Balasa, who represented the Governor of District 9213, Rotarian Edward Kakembo Nsubuga, during handover of these facilities at Butoro Health Center 3. Hundreds of people gathered Saturday at Butoro Health Center 3 in Chiriambide, Kamengo sub-county in Mpigi district for a free medical camp organized by Rotary Club of Kampala Metropolitan. The event that aimed at handling over a fully renovated maternity ward by Rotary Club of Kampala Metropolitan under aid from RI Global Grant commenced with a free health camp where residents of Chiriambi Day were tested and treated for different diseases.
Okulabanga bazze okutujjanjaba ne tulabika nga tuwona ate kuddagala ery'obwereere.
Elina Bafuna, president of the Rotary Club of Kampala Metropolitan, says that the maternity ward was in a poor state, hence their intervention.
About 75 million shillings, give or take, and that was just purely on the renovation and on the shed. But for the other things that we have done, there have been different contributions of different amounts over the years.
She further pledged more support to the health center.
Mental wellness, which normally is avoided as a topic, but there are so many things that we need to do in this community. Our hope is that while we may not necessarily come as doctors, we can support the medical personnel and the medical teams on the ground to achieve some of their outcomes.
Mpigi District Health Officer James Bate applauded the Rotary Club of Kampala Metropolitan for their work of renovating the maternity ward.
Patients, but out of the goodwill of Rotary Club Kampala Metropolitan, they came in and suggested a renovation which began in February, and this is done today. It has been handed over, and in addition to the renovation, we've been able to receive a modern ultrasound scan machine.
He further urged other Rotary clubs and NGOs,
Rotary Club of Kampala Metropolitan, for such a big heart. They have been able to renovate and donate equipment to our facilities. Thank you so much. Please continue with your very good works within Mpigi district and elsewhere beyond Mpigi, because really it touches the lowest person who actually in their need of the health services.
In an interview with UBC, the beneficiaries of this noble cause said they expected improved service delivery now that their health facility has a better maternity ward. RDC Mbarara Turiaba Jenyi Emmanuel Katera has advised the public to maintain personal hygiene and the environment for health living. Katera says that if communities embrace this, it will go a long way in ensuring prevention of diseases rather than treatment as per the government guidelines. Details in this report.
Turiaba Jenyi made the remarks while officiating the launch of a two-day Nyabisirira Health Center 2 medical camp.
For example, you must keep hygiene because these infections, UTI infections, you can get them either using on bad toilets, actually mostly on bad toilets, and this one can be prevented. When you keep hygiene yourself, that one can be prevented.
The camp also saw the distribution of reusable sanitary pads to benefit 180 girls in Nyabisirira Town Council, Kashari North, Mbara District. The camp was also supported by various private organizations, including Ankole Health Center Students Association's Mulago, who offered medical services under the theme, Health is Our Concern.
It's a way to give back to the community. As people who send us to study, we organize these outreaches. Usually once in every year, we go to these districts in Ankole, Titbi, Bushenyi, Mbarara.
There is a gap towards the medical services in this area. So I call upon the government of Uganda through our CAO to increase the money for the medical services here at Nyabisirira Health Center 3, even plus other health centers within Mbarara District.
Mbara District Health Officer Dr. Peter Sebutinde appreciated the organizers, remarking that medical camps such as these underpin primary prevention and health promotion.
Every person watching this screen that go to the nearest facility, participate in campaigns like this, get to a facility for these screenings and for health education. We will get better. We will be good.
The well-attended medical camp was organized and facilitated by a well-wisher, Fred Mwesije. Among the diseases diagnosed and treated include urinary tract infections, cough, malaria, and abdominal infections.
Morning time wao mwami wange nangamba yesterday bamukubiddeko essimu aba MTN nga bamugamba nti awangudde ssente school fees owa Andrew. In fact tuli awo nga tukyabuusabuusa naye nzikiriza mazima nga maze kulabako ate at the first nalinga ndowooza oba MTN balina ebintu byabwe bapanga nga sirabako ku neighbor wange nga bamukubidde kasimu. Twebaza aba MTN bannange okutuddizaawo bannaayo okuddiza guba mwoyo. Tweyanziza tweyanzeege omuzadde yenna ali eyo bannange ebintu bya ddala togaana kukikola kozesa MTN okusasula school fees w'omwana wo ng'onyiga star 165 star 80 ash banaye ebya ddala si bya kyayi.
Together we're unstoppable. Gold. We all want it. That soft yellow glow of a subdued sun in your hands. That precious polish of elegance. To hold it is one thing, but to taste it is everything else. Relish the satisfying taste of a beer, unmatched in quality, unmatched in consistency, and with 23 Global Gold Awards. A beer unmatched in gold.
Welcome back to still watching UBC television, the UBC News Tonight particularly. Now we take you into the world of business where Huawei Digital Power Solutions has committed to revolutionize the energy landscape across the continent. This was evident during the Digital Power Solutions Summit dubbed Lighting Up a Greener Africa held in Kampala. This gathering brought together partners from across the globe to delve into the evolving landscape of digital power solutions with a focus on integrating cutting-edge technologies and fostering sustainable practices.
As opposed to in the past where there was over-reliance on diesel power, running pumps, running systems, generators on diesel power to maybe do irrigation. At the moment there is solar solutions which is free. And thank God where we are today, where we are located in Uganda, just along the equator, there's a lot of free solar power available, and you can be able to run systems in a very sustainable way.
The convergence of digital and power electronics technologies presents unprecedented opportunities for the energy sector by leveraging these innovations, hence accelerating the transition towards cleaner and more efficient energy systems.
Now it is much more feasible to add batteries to your system because the solar energy is very, very cheap, and now with the batteries you can use that cheap solar energy at night, but also through blackouts. You can have reliable solar energy. You don't have to suffer from blackouts anymore, and you don't have to use expensive diesel anymore.
Similarly, this underscores the importance of energy digitization in addressing the continent's growing energy needs by harnessing the power of digital technologies.
The trend has been that solar and batteries is becoming more and more affordable, while grid and diesel is becoming more and more expensive. And actually now we've crossed the point where now the solution for solar and batteries is a better financial decision than to stay with grid and diesel.
Some of the key players at the summit were optimistic about the transformative potential of digital power.
Improvement in technology is making it more affordable. You know, the key question is affordability of the various sources of power that are available. So solar is therefore a very affordable solution that has come about because of changes in technology.
Africa is poised to embrace a greener and more sustainable energy future, with stakeholders coming together to explore innovative solutions and drive meaningful change. And now in the world of sports, people of Buganda have turned up in big numbers at Mutesa 2 Stadium in Wankulukuku to witness the 50th finals of the Buganda Clan football tournament. The game was between Ngabi and Mpindi clans. At the end of the final whistle, Ngabi clan had won by 1-0. More of the highlights in the story.
Towards 3 p.m., the chief guest, the Archbishop of the Anglican Church, Dr. Stephen Kazimba Mugalu, together with Buganda Katikiro Charles Peter Maiga, arrived at the stadium. Ngabi clan scored the only tournament-winning goal of the game in the 7th minute. Archbishop Dr. Kazimba applauded Buganda Kingdom for organizing this edition of the Buganda Clan Games and commended discipline exhibited by participating clan football teams.
Kwebaza timu zonna ezeetabye mu mizannyo gino okuvira ddala ku ntandikwa. Ekyo kikulu nnyo kubanga emizannyo gigatta abantu. Emizannyo gireeta abantu okuwona bipuleesa by'akako bino. N'ofunako akaseera kati nga wano wenza okulaba omupiira nga guno kireeta okusanyuka. Ekyenjagadde era ekikulu kwe kuba nti abantu babadde n'empisa okulaba omupiira, tewali akanyuga mayinja, tewali agira ki. Ekintu ekyo kirungi nnyo era nsanyukidde nnyo okubaawo n'ekirabo kya ttiimu ey'empisa.
Katikiro of Buganda, Charles Peter Maiga, highlighted on the major role of clan tournament.
Ate nebaza n'abavujjirizi baffe aba Airtel tuli nabo wano era ndoza nabo balaba omupiira gugenda gukula guno ogw'ebika. Twagala nnyo okukuza omuzannyo gw'ebika kubanga nga bwe tumanyi ebika gwe mubumbirano ogw'Omuganda. Awo no twagala omuzannyo guno ogwongeremu amaanyi abantu beeyongere okugulaba.
Ali Balunywa, on behalf of Airtel Uganda, the main sponsor of the tournament, pledged continuous support towards Buganda Kingdom.
We continue to call upon Ugandans to come into the stadium, enjoy the beautiful game as we unearth new talent. We've seen several talent come through from all the different tournaments, from Bika, from Masaza, and all the other avenues that we've done. So on behalf of Airtel Uganda, we continue to commit our support as the biggest supporter of football in this country, as the biggest support of sports, and of the biggest support of Buganda Kingdom. We continue to call upon all Ugandans to continue joining together, working together to grow the sport and to unearth new talent as we continue to give the best delivery in this country.
The winners of the 2024 tournament were given a shield and a check of 9 million Uganda shillings.
The Uganda Cranes returned to Mandela National Stadium, Nambole, for the first time in 5 years in a 2026 World Cup qualifier. The experience was electric and made better by a Uganda Cranes performance that resulted into a late goal by Stephen Shaban Mohammed, to down Botswana. More details in this report.
Almost 1,644 days later, the Uganda Cranes have returned to Mandela National Stadium, Nambole. The facility that faced dilapidation back then failed Confederation of African Football's homologation, condemning the Cranes to play on a neutral ground. After renovation works by the Uganda People's Defence Forces Engineers Brigade, the stadium has reopened. The first game, after close to 40,000 hours since the Cranes last played there in a 2-0 victory over Malawi, had Botswana visit in a 2026 World Cup qualifier. The buzz surrounding the game had been evident even before D-Day, but when the moment arrived, Nambole was alive with Uganda Cranes fire. Most of the fans at Nambole and also live on TV were impressed by debutant defender Elio Capradosi, who spoke to us today.
I just play my game. The teammates helped me from the first day that they come here. I'm new, so they helped me a lot, and also in the pitch you can see that we are together and we help each other. So this makes all of us, our personal performance to be better if we help each other.
Long before kickoff, the fans lit up the occasion as they attempt to become the Uganda Cranes ambassadorial fans, courtesy of MTN's Show Us Your Fire campaign.
Era yeno yenyini nyini fire MTN fire era yeno kakati tetuliko twetaaga olunaku lw'okutulonderako eri abawagizi baffe twetaaga okulonda njagala kubeera nnamba emu.
This campaign calls for fans either singular or in groups to record a video demonstrating how they intend to support the Cranes. So far, more than 1,000 entries have been confirmed for this campaign, whose 9 finalists will be known after the Algeria game on Monday. The top 3 will not only become Cranes' #1 fans and follow the team everywhere it goes, but will also earn about 5 million shillings for their effort.
I must say, Nambole Stadium is looking fantastic, and with that pandemonium right there, just the right icing on the cake. Now, after a historic win against Papua New Guinea in their second World Cup game, Uganda's cricket Cranes are set to shake tables when they face tournament co-hosts West Indies in their third game to be played at the Providence Stadium in Guyana on Sunday, 9th June 2024 at 3 a.m. Ugandan time. Uganda has had a mixed tournament thus far, with a win and a loss, and will need a win if they are to make it to the next round. On the other hand, West Indies who are 2 times winners of this tournament, but had a hard rough start at this edition, and will be looking to leave a mark on the associate debutants in this game. This is the first time Uganda is playing at the ICC Men's T20 World Cup qualifying after defeating Zimbabwe in the qualifiers last year.
Anything that happens, we have to go for it. If today fails, we make sure we try and do it tomorrow. So it was a challenge for us in the first warm-up game against Namibia, but we kept on encouraging ourselves and believing ourselves that, if they can do it, even if we don't have the facility, we can still do it, and we kept on believing in ourselves. So every day we kept on believing that even if we don't have the lights, we can still do it. And the progress has been there. We have been trying to adjust through the conditions of the light, and the catches are coming in, and we're trying to adjust, and it's actually going to be historic, playing a team you've always been seeing on TV. Some of us our role models are in West Indies, and depending on the wickets we're playing on, anything can happen. Anything can happen. A big dog can become a small dog, and a small dog becomes a big dog. So there's no way you need to underestimate any team. Any game is a final. You know, that's what we always believe as Ugandans. Every game is a final. Being you're playing a small team or a big team, you take it as a final. So I believe it's going to be a good fight. Uganda, West Indies, Black Boys playing together. You know, it's going to be good.
And away from the cricket kennel, Uganda's boxing sport has been significantly boosted with support of international music star and entrepreneur Oluwatosin Olwole Ajibade, popularly known as Mr. Easy, as he pledged support for refurbishment of Zebra Boxing Club gym in Bwaise. According to Zebra Boxing Club patrons, this support has offered renewed hope for continuation of Zebra's legacy.
The support from Chop Gaming under Mr. Easy's leadership will see Zebra Boxing Club empower the community and provide a safe space for young boxers to develop their skills, build confidence, foster resilience, and help Uganda reclaim its place as a force to be reckoned within the African and international boxing communities.
So it's not just sports, talent development in Africa. You know, as everybody sitting here, and I believe everybody here are sons and daughters of Africa. And I believe it is very important for us to, in the spirit of unity, as we trade between each other, as we do business, as we speak to each other, it's important to develop each other. So it gives me great honor. It's such a privilege, especially after hearing the story of my brother, Zebra, the fighting spirit of him, the family, and especially this community. And I believe that, you know, from the ground is where the precious minerals come from. You know, so far, we've not found precious minerals in the air, but from the ground is where precious minerals come from. And this is a very, very, Uganda is a very, very fertile ground. And this community is a very, very fertile ground. And my hope from this partnership is that there will be more and more champions to come out of this community.
This support underscores the club's mission to positively impact lives through the discipline and camaraderie of boxing, showcasing the transformative power of sports in fostering personal growth and community development.
It's going to come in so many ways. I think it's going to be something life-changing. This is something we've been dreaming about all these years. 20 years since Zebra Boxing Club was created in 2003. 21 years actually, and now we are getting our first official sponsorship or partnership in terms of development. And Clive, like you said, first of all, you mostly told me to elaborate what my actual names are, which I've done, and also to thank Chop Gaming as well as Mr. Easy for bringing us on board.
Mr. Easy's move to support Ugandan boxing is not surprising, given his passion for African development and his investment in the sports betting and gaming brand. Zebra Boxing Club was founded by the late Isaac Senyange Sr. He is also the father of professional boxer Isaac Zebra Senyange Jr., who is now the leader of the Zebra Boxing Club.
Life is easy, Zagadat. Zebra Boxing Club, Zagadat.
UBC News, Zagadat. Mandela National Stadium, Nambole, officially reopened for action after a few years of renovation by Uganda People's Defence Forces. For the sake of percentages, the facility is in its new state scores, 96%. Our reporter addresses a pertinent issue raised by fans that doesn't enable a 100% mark.
The general feel around Mandela National Stadium, Nambole, is of a new facility. Though not at the levels of those many of you watch, especially in the English Premier League, the stadium is a much improved version of the shambles it was once, many years ago. But like they say that no one is perfect, fans that turned up highlighted flaws in the online ticketing process, which is the trend the stadium must adopt in readiness for AFCON 2027.
We have a difficulty in tickets whereby I get a ticket number with different seats. I can purchase a ticket online with my wife. At the end of the day, I'm allocated to sit somewhere differently where my wife is seated. For instance, when you have come with the kids and you get different seats, different entrances, how can you manage to protect your son or your daughter? Whereby the people are many, when he gets old, who is to blame? So if I have to work on this, whereby if I want to sit, I'm okay to get selection where I have to sit with my family and my beloved ones.
The promise from the Federation of Uganda Football Associations is for better next time out.
You know, we are returning at Nambola after 5 years, and there are a couple of things that we are trying to experiment, and we believe that when you're experimenting something, there are few hitches. But right now, the fan is not able to select their favorite seat numbers, favorite positions that would want to sit in a stadium. So going forward, of course, we know Nambole and other platforms where we are going to be buying our tickets from, they'll be helping us to overcome such a challenge. But we believe that maybe 1 or 2, 3 or 4 months, there will be something coming back from Nambole and even other platforms that we are going to be using to purchase our tickets.
Many of these fans are expected to return to the stadium on Monday for the Uganda Cranes' 4th Group G game against Algeria.
Cranes ze kyensuubira awaka tusobola okugoba naye bweru tukyakola bubi twetaagayo ba senior players at least kubanga tulina abasambi bato naye tukiweemu obudde kyemayiba tunakiwa obudde tujja kusobola okuyitawo.
As it stands in Group G, Algeria, Guinea, Uganda and Mozambique are on 6 points. Botswana is 5th on 3, while Somalia has 0.
Well, I think it's been a lovely bulletin, and thank you, our dear viewers, for joining us for this hour-long bulletin. My name is Wadulo Mark Arnold Mugalu Muhammad on sign language, and allow me to thank the team behind the control room for the great work done. See you tomorrow, and have yourselves a lovely night.
UBC